steal that you like, things you can add. Not necessarily you need to change your whole demo to be exactly like this, but obviously one of the best sales reps that we've had in our office. So Mario's won scholarships every campaign he was competing from when he was in school. You guys can learn a lot of good stuff. Again, I said one of the big things in the beginning, and obviously this is not like a normal demo. You guys play along as good as possible, but he's really good at connecting with people, building rapport, and just really tying them into what he's doing. So then that obviously helps with recommendations. It obviously helps with the sales. People buying more now versus later. So stuff you guys want to implement as we're going through the push. Cool? So I'm going to hand off to Mr. Salaface.
Well, so yeah, this isn't going to be like my 1000% me demo. Like, it's not going to be the advanced one, because a lot of the advanced stuff is more so like in the beginning, like before the demo even starts. Because a lot of it is getting the customer to like think a certain way, kind of like horses with blinders. I want them to view Cutco in a certain way, and like just like every conversation. When I say something, the conversation that I have with them, everything I say has a purpose to it, to have them think a certain way. I want them to expect this presentation to go a certain way. I want them to expect that sales happen all the time. It's like all of your conversations kind of led to people buy all the time, and they buy a lot all the time, and I'm awesome. I'm gonna be the best knife guy ever. So like, let's be best friends and buy a lot of knives, type of thing. So that's more the advanced part. So I'm gonna do the moderate part. In the beginning, I'm just really, you'll see me just ask a couple questions, get to know them. This is not my aunt and uncle. I'm gonna pretend this is like just some random strangers that I just met today from the demo. Like I call it like a random recommendation. So I'm gonna do that with them, and so I'll just go like very small rapport with them. But some of the main things I want to like say with them, I'll say that, and then we're just gonna dive in goals and do the rest of the demo. I'm gonna pretend just like a lot of the rapport you'll see is just in between, not just in the beginning. But the more the advanced stuff comes in the beginning. So, anyways, that being said, guys, real quick, my demo, the way my book looks, same one from when I started. Only difference is I have a few order forms lying around and checks lying around. I want people to see that people just so happen to buy all the time. There's already order forms laid out because people buy, so there's going to be order forms there. And if I like flip it like this over, all you see is like a $4,000 order, $4,900 order right there, and they see $4,900, and they're like, oh, so people buy, and not just buy, but they buy a lot. So that's kind of in the beginning. That's a little sneak thing I throw in there, and everything's like lined up differently. There's a couple things I need to get out. Like I still have SC2, I haven't taken that out. Yeah, I kind of just skipped that part when I talk about it. But anyways, other than that, guys, that's what my blue book. So let's say I don't know you guys. You're Caro, you're Adolfo. I heard you. I got your number through Kathy. Kathy bought a signature set from me, and I also saw Kathy's sister Stephanie. And Stephanie has had the homemaker for 10 years. Let's just say that, okay? So you know Stephanie and Kathy. So anyways, I just got here. The first thing I do when I walk into the house is, you guys learn this from Kathy all the time, but I get there, and obviously instead of saying, hi, how are you? I don't say that. I say, hey, it's so good to finally meet you. That's one thing I first say, because I want that atmosphere is like, we're friends, we just haven't met yet. You know, it's finally, like, I've heard so much about you. From Kathy and from Stephanie, that like finally we've met. I mean, like, did we not have a blast on the phone already, right? Let's continue how awesome the time we had on the phone. And then after I get into that, guys, I try to connect on something very simple. If I don't know anything about art or the art that they have up, I'm not gonna talk about the art. I'm gonna be like, that's really nice art, but I'm not gonna like really talk about it, because they're gonna see right through me as being fake. So whatever it is, normally the number one safe thing to talk about is just about their friends. So, hey, she actually never told me, how did you guys meet? Whatever the case is, how often do you guys see each other? I always want to talk about, like, their friends. I just want them to think, I'm like, oh, yeah, when was the last time you went to their house? I mean, what did you see their Cutco? Do you notice it? They'll be like, yes, I know exactly. It's those nice knives that they have. They're like, okay, great, yeah. So you saw Stephanie's had them for, like, 10 years already. I don't know how long you've been going there. Kathy hasn't had it yet, but she just saw. So when I came over, she was really excited to get some, and she actually got the set bigger than Stephanie's. So I'm always talking about everyone, and I'll like throw in names like, oh, so if you know Stephanie and you know Kathy, then you must know Ilana, right? Do you guys know Ilana? They say yes or no. Mm-hmm. They say no. They're like, oh, well, anyways, yeah, she's had Cutco for like 15 years, even longer. Or they said, yes, I do know. I was like, oh my God, you know Ilana? And I'll start talking about Ilana. I'll remember what my customers have. I want to remember, because it's things to talk about because it's things that they relate to. Like, oh, that's so Ilana. Like Ilana got the complete set. She got the biggest set. They'll be like, but she doesn't even cook. I'm like, no, I know exactly because she wanted to engrave on it because it gets a free engraving on the plate on the set that it says, and I don't even cook. So it's like such a funny, entertaining thing for like our friends to like talk about it. So next time you guys go over, so like I want to remember what people got so that it's like we're all friends. We've been friends forever. You just haven't met me yet. It's that type of feel. I talk about. I always kind of say like, hey, I'm so excited. I'm gonna change your life while you're in here. And then I always I've taught this before. I always before I talk about Cutco, like open the book before I tell my goals. I always ask them, say, hey, so which one of you guys is the master chef by any chance? You're the master chef.
Yeah.
All right. So that means that he actually does cook. But what if what I tend to see is like if I say, hey, so who's the master chef? And they go, oh, no master chefs here. No one here really cooks. It's all pasta and chicken and simple stuff, not even fancy. All right. Then I know that when I do my names and uses, it's going to be very, very simple. Like when I talk about the complete set, which I'll do later, we're going to assume that they don't cook much. Like they're like the simple pasta, chicken type of people and rice. I'm going to do that names of uses. So we'll do that. And then I'll ask them, say, how many times a week do you guys eat in? I never say, hey, how many times a week do you guys cook? Because sometimes people consider cooking being something like really fancy. Like, oh, we never really cook here. We just microwave and put things in the oven and we're done. So I'll ask them, hey, so how many times a week do you eat in? And they're like, oh, eat in? Oh, I don't know, like 5 times. Like, wow, that's a lot of times. We eat in a lot. So yeah, cool. That's kind of things that I'm prepping them for, but I'm really focusing more on like building a relationship with them, kind of getting a gauge of who they are as a person, what they value, what they need in a product. It's almost a conversation. I don't say it up front, but it's like scale of 1 to 10. How do you love your stuff, right? Okay, 4. What do you think would make it a 10? I'm kind of like gauging, like, so I can use that as leverage to the demo. So let's say they don't really cook, right? But they have to cook, and I've kind of got that vibe from them. So the whole time Cutco I'm going to be promoting to be like, Cutco is not for chefs, it's for the average home owner, And one thing I always love saying is they say, oh, Mario, we don't even cook. We've had the same knives for like 20 years. I'll go, oh, hey, yeah, so you're pretty much like 80% of my clients, right? I'm like, don't worry, you're 80% of my clients. It's, this is the solution. For whatever your problem is, this is the solution. Oh, Mario, we cook all the time and our knives dull out super fast. Oh, you're like 80% of our clients. 80% of my clients, you're going to love this stuff. It's just for you. All right. Oh, Mario, our kids are so bad. Like they break all of our knives. I don't even think I'll be able to buy this right now. Oh, don't worry, like 80% of it. Mario, we just paid so many taxes and Christmas gifts. We're very low on money. I'm like, you're like 80% of my clients right now. Like that's everyone, right now. Everyone's a little tight on funds right now. So I'm always talking about making them think like everyone does it. It's like a normal thing. Like, it's almost like when they say no at the end, it's like, wait, what do you mean no? Like my manager didn't really teach me what to do when they say no type of feel. Like everyone always says yes. So that being said, let's say I've had a conversation with you guys. These are your lovely kids, right? Let's begin. So after I've started, sometimes it depends how good of a conversation is. So I used to have conversations that were like an hour long, and then I'd start the demo, and I'd be in the demo like 2.5, 3 hours. I realized that if it's taking like an hour for you to really talk to them, one thing is that you're either talking too much, you're talking about a lot of nonsense and the gibberish, and you're talking about like the weather and things that really have no point to the conversation, and you can like skim that off. It's totally okay because the point of rapport is not to talk for an hour. The point of rapport is to connect, right? And find a connection. When you're talking about their friends all the time, and like you're telling them, you're being intentional, becoming friends with them and building relationships with them because you're gonna be their knife guy. I already tell them I haven't even talked about Cutco, I haven't even talked about the Forever Guarantee, but I'm like, I'm gonna be your knife guy. Don't worry. I'm like Santa Claus but better. I come like twice a year, type of thing. Like I'll say stupid things like that. I haven't even talked about the knives. They don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm like, all right, he's my knife guy. They understand like you're looking to build a relationship and a friendship, right? And all their friends. Why talk for an hour? You've already connected. So you can skim some things down. I now probably keep the report down to like maybe 20 minutes, because I want to do the demo maybe like in an hour and then take another, so that's an hour, 20 minutes, and the next 10, 20 minutes writing up order form recommendations. So really, you're just wasting a lot of time if you have 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 demos. Unless you have nothing else to do, then you can't sit there. But If you're like pushing, or I book demos every 3 hours, every 2 hours, and you can do an hour and a half. That's really fun. So that being said, once I've already talked for like 20 minutes and I've had a good conversation with them, there's different things, and I've given this talk before. If I want to start transitioning into like my goals, one thing I learned from Andy Jonti, which I think is great, and all of you guys should write down, it would be, it's simple. Some of you guys, I know that Lana, you definitely heard it, Carlos definitely heard it, I think Kari definitely heard it. It's like, hey, so what's your dream in life? Awesome. So, hey, so anyways, guys, like, what's your dream in life real quick? And,
Just answer whatever. I don't know, to go to Spain.
Go to Spain. So you guys haven't gone to Spain yet, right? So when do you guys plan on going to Spain?
ASAP.
ASAP? Are you taking the kids with you, or are you waiting until after?
Probably
No.
wait till after.
Yeah,
Probably wait until after, right? So you're planning on spending like a whole month there, or like
As long as possible.
as long as possible? Okay, cool. So normally as this conversation goes on, you kind of want to get like other dreams too, because the more you talk about their dreams, because most people are like, wow, I've never really actually thought about that in a while. My dreams, wow, no one's asked me that in such a long time. And they're like really like kind of like, whoa, cool. So all of a sudden it turns into like a deeper conversation, deeper connection. And towards the end, they'll probably say, hey, so what's your dream? And then you can start talking about and sharing your goals, which I'll do my sharing goals, and the rest of the demo will be just what I do, right? But hey, so what's your dream in life, whatever. And if they're like, I don't really have any dreams, I'm like, what, you don't want to travel? You don't maybe retire and start like a cafe or something? Like just sit there and own like a bookstore and just sit there and read books with it or whatever. I'll just like I'll get thought jog with them. Like, wait, will you have any dreams? And if they're real, those people like, no, I don't really have any dreams. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, ask them, hey, well, do you mind if I share with you my goals? Or I always ask them, well, hey, even if they don't ask me, hey, so what goals do you have? What's your dream in life? I'll tell them always, whether I bring up the what's your dream or not, dream in life, I'll always ask, hey, so is it okay if I share with you my dreams? Unless they already said, hey, so what's your dream? Obviously, you don't say that if they've already asked you. The reason why I say that is because whenever you get those people that like just get to the point already, you're being considerate of their time, and they see that by asking. So 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, yeah, honey, go for it. What are your goals? Why are you doing this thing? And then you'll have the ability to like tie your customers to your goals. If for whatever reason they are that one person that says no, it's fine. At the end of the day, it's gonna help your demo better because they see you as being considerate. So you just go, hey, anyways, I just know I'm working really hard. I'm not just doing this to be a knife salesman. I am doing this like really hit my goal of being a successful business, doctor, lawyer, whatever the case may be, whatever you're studying, right? And then, so I always ask that, so hey, is it okay? 9 times out of 10, they're always gonna say, yeah, honey, of course. Why are you doing this thing? And I'm pretty sure I know what you're wondering. Like, why is a 19-year-old like me selling knives, right? So this is where I guess we're gonna start the demo. So I'm pretty sure I know what you're wondering. Why is like a 19-year-old like me selling knives right now? I'm 22 now, but the demo I'm gonna do as if I was still kind of brand new, all right? And I'm still working to become branch manager, get into management training. But I'll be like, hey, so yes, I'm pretty sure I know what you might be wondering. Like, why is a 19-year-old like me selling knives, right? Yeah, actually, the real reason why I'm doing this is because my goal is to rule the world. For real, like I want to rule the world. I want to own everything. I want to own, the state of Florida. I want to own your house. I want to own you guys, like everything. And like that's not gonna happen nowadays with just only schools. So I started working for this company for like some serious business experience. Not just the scholarships, because the scholarships are really cool because I've been paying my way through school with these scholarships that I've been earning, right? But the most important thing I'm working for is actually something called becoming a branch manager, which is like the best thing ever for like my resume. So pretty much what a branch manager is if I work hard enough now, right, I'll actually be able to get into this management training program where the company for like 8 months is actually going to go ahead and like train me for 8 months on like how to recruit, how to train, how to hire receptionists, how to hire people, how to manage representatives, how to like balance checkbooks, negotiate leases, pretty much everything I need to know to run a business, right? And if I end up being the top in that, the company's gonna give me $9,000 to go out and run a company's a company's own office. Can you imagine me being 20 years old, running a multi-million-dollar office at the age of 20 years old, right? Even if it's just for 4 months, when people my age, like my friends are going out right now and they're kind of just like on the boats partying, or they're just kind of like doing their thing and partying all the time, or sleeping in, playing video games, right? I'm actually like I'm gonna be running my own business, and I know it's really gonna stand out for me. Really definitely helps if I want to get my master's in business or something, because I need like a year of like business experience before I go to my master's. So that's really what I've been working at. So most of the time, unlike you guys, because I know you guys have heard this part already, like most people are actually really impressed. They're like, oh wow, Mario, wow, that's actually really cool. Yeah, so I tell them like, yeah, so like right now, the way for me to get that and like get into that management training program is I really want to impress my manager right now. Like I have Kathy, who's my district manager, who runs all of Miami, and then I have Jeff, who runs all the Florida Caribbean division. And in order for me to really impress them, right now since it's December and the end of the year is coming up, right? My goal is to win this scholarship. There's something called the All-American Scholarship Race, right? Which during this fall and spring, they give it to the top 25 students in the company out of 40,000, and for the for the summer, it's the top 50 students. So right now, I'm only like $15,000 more away, and I have 2 weeks left to sell this thing, right? Because I know if I get this gets plastered everywhere. Like all the students are going to be using like this, and like people like in California, New York, Texas are going to be seeing my face on the scholarship brochure, right? So talk about like a perfect way to get my manager's attention, right? As well as like for me paying for schooling, all right? So that's like one thing for me to do, right? So again, my goal is to sell $15,000 in 2 weeks. So if you want to just go ahead and give me a $15,000 paycheck, that'd be great. I'll be on my way. I'll take you to dinner next week. High five. Or not. Yeah, whatever. If you can't swing 15,000, we'll definitely find something that you love. Most people end up really finding something that they love, not for themselves, for other people, right? So as you can see, I actually have a little thermometer here, right? So at the end of the presentation, when we get you something that you really, really love, and we got you a perfect package that we have at the end, right? You're gonna scribble down it helped me, because see, my goal is 15, so we'll slowly start climbing that way. So really excited about that. All kidding aside, though, if you really don't see anything you like, do me a favor and just like don't buy anything. I'm not for making people buy something that they're not really into. What I like about this job, honestly, is being able to build my relationship, be people's Cutco guy for life. Like I love really helping and servicing people. So if you do see something you like, right, promise me that you get it today. Not next week, not next month, not next year after Christmas, like today, because today is the only day that will actually help me for my thing. Plus we have like a bunch of cool like deals and specials that we have going on, and actually I'll be able to give you like the best deal for it, like personally, like give you bigger discounts and specials, because right now I'm not really focused on commission. I'm really just focused on like getting my scholarship so that I can go ahead and give you the best deal possible. So at the end, again, promise me you get it today if you like it. If you don't like it, don't be afraid to say no, because remember, I get credit for my scholarship just for doing this presentation, right? And actually, like I said, if you can't buy $15,000 today, the only other way for me to get to $15,000 would be through the automatic sponsorship, right? Now, the automatic sponsorship is the most important part of like my whole presentation. This will be at the end, right? Very simple. The company gives me $150 to pay for my school books, right? And the way for me to get that is to get 50 sponsors. And the way to get 50 sponsors is just to get 10 names, right? So most people end up giving me like 30 names or so. As you can see, like Rebecca, I don't know if you know Rebecca, her kids go to, like Lourdes. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you know Rebecca, maybe Kim Ciccarelli, her kids went to Epiphany. They're still a little younger, but I don't know if her kids went to Epiphany. So she gave me 20 names. I love Rosie. You might know Rosie, because I know Rosie's friends with Rebecca. Like she gave me 60 names, so she got to sign her name 6 times. So at the end of the presentation, right, if I don't smell bad, and type of thing, and you're not embarrassed to introduce me to people, yeah, I'd love to meet the rest of your friends. They don't have to get anything, but we'll talk about that later. So at the end, obviously expect me to ask you to buy everything, and like 3 times over, because I have a huge goal to go for, and then also to empty out your whole entire phone book, okay?
She says like, oh wow, they know that, like Rosie knows that many people, wow.
Be like, how many people do you normally invite to a party of yours? Yeah, that's what I said.
We don't throw parties.
We don't throw parties? Who do you have in your contacts, right? If they say that, I'll tell them, hey, we'll deal with that later. I don't really want to talk about that anymore, all right? So anyways, and so at the end, when you empty out your whole entire phone book, right, you get to sign a few times, check out how many spaces I have left to become a sponsor, right? And also at the end, right, you get to join my happy customer list. Check it out. These are all the people that have purchased from me. I have over 400 customers, right? So you got to at the end look. Oh, here's here's Lourdes. You know Lourdes Leon, and oh, what about Sylvia? You know Lourdes' sister. I don't know. Do you know so and so at all? You know, they might be no kids. Actually, look, these people are friends with. They knew Kathy and Stephanie. You know, Kathy, the one that recommended you. So, anyways, check it out. So at the end, you get to sign your name here, and you get to join. You get to be my 401st customer. Pretty big deal. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I have a big goal ahead of me. So, are you ready for me to change your life? Right? Are you ready for the best time of your life? Like life will never be the same after this day. Just so you know.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, cool. So like you said, you're the master chef because you only cook like chicken and eggs and stuff like that. You guys don't cook, but you do eat 5 times a week.
Master
Cool.
microwave chef.
Awesome. So have you guys heard about Cutco at all, or yes, no? Yes.
Familiar. Not really.
Sounds familiar, but not really. Okay, cool. Yeah, Cutco is one of the things where they're not sold in stores, so like you don't really hear them and see them in stores. But you will see them on all those TV shows that no one watches because they're at work or school, like Modern Marvel, Made in America, Dr. Phil, Oprah. Like, yeah, no, we were like ranked like the #1 set of brands you can forget. Now, this is one thing I try to stress to all my customers. Cutco is not for chefs, although we have like not Bobby Flay, we have Rachel Ray and like a bunch of other chefs that really enjoy Cutco and have Cutco. Actually, Rachel Ray prefers, and Guy Fieri, the guy from like the Blonde Tips, I think it's TGI Fridays, right? He has Cutco as well. He prefers Cutco. Both of them have Cutco at home, although they sell their own line of cutlery. It's because we're actually not designed for chefs. We're designed for people of the home, people that don't want to take care of this stuff. They don't know how to take care of this stuff, so this is like gonna be perfect for you guys, right? So that's one thing about Cutco. We've been around since 1949. So after World War II, we're made in Olean, New York. We're pretty much as American as it gets. You know, made in New York. Gorbachev and Reagan, when they met in the 80s, there's like, like Obama gave like Queen Elizabeth like an iPod, like more recently when he got inaugurated. It was kind of like scandalous. It's like, how do you give the Queen of England like an iPod, right? The reason why I do that, it's like a tradition that whenever like a president, prime minister, or something, Queen, King meet, it's like a tradition to give each other like a gift from your country that is made in your country, to really symbolize the quality of your country, really, and like how great the ingenuity is and the manufacturing is. So actually in the 80s when Reagan met with Gorbachev, he gave Gorbachev a set of Cutco. So that's one thing. Another thing, the Smithsonian Museum has Cutco in DC. In Washington, DC, when you go to Smithsonian Museum, they have Cutco. Because the guy that designed their handles, which I'll show you in a little bit, his name is Thomas Lamb. He's like the #1 industrial designer in American history, considered, kind of. And so in the Smithsonian Museum, they have like a display of some of his greatest inventions, and Cutco's in there. So one of our little utility trimmer is in there in the Smithsonian Museum. So yeah, so we're pretty as legit as it gets, guys. Like nothing's better than Cutco. We have a bunch of awards from the Cooking Club of America, National Home and Gardening Club. Like we're as good as it gets. Okay, so like we're really expensive. So the best part is, all my customers put their stuff in payments, right? We'll talk about that a little bit later. But guys, when you get Cutco today, like you're gonna be really happy you got it. Most of my customers, when I call them 2 weeks later after they get their package, they always complain about how they should have gotten more. So anyways, other than that, we're the #1 selling brand in America. And now that we're kind of done with the boring stuff, right? Let's kind of show you a cool product that might impress you and show you the quality of Cutco, right? Do you guys have a penny by any chance, or? Yeah.
Got a quarter.
Okay, cool. Quarter. Okay, can't do the quarter. But with penny. So you got a penny. Yeah, penny. Cool. So scissors. All right. So check this out. Ready? You know who John Wilkes Booth is?
Yep.
The guy who killed Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
Well, check this out. Bah. Check it. Anyways, check it out. I can make a swan. I can make a flower. Check it out. Jesus, you don't even smile, Mrs. Jones. I mean, do you want me to do it again? I just cut a freaking penny.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'll start over if I have to.
I'm shocked, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, these scissors are great. What do you guys normally use your scissors for?
Cutting like plastic.
Plastic bones. Okay, cool. I use mine for my fish tank. I'm like a huge fish guy. Like I have like a 55-gallon fish tank. I have like live plants. So I mean, obviously I have it in my fish tank. So you obviously don't want to cook with it when you have like fish pee on it, So the best part about Cutco, the scissors, is that it comes apart for easy cleaning. Check it out. You can stick it in the dishwasher. It's 100% dishwasher safe. made of high carbon stainless steel so they don't rust, and the thermal resin can withstand up to 350 degrees of temperature. So it's great. I use it also sometimes when I'm too lazy to get the Cutco gardening tools, because we also make Cutco gardening tools, right? We actually, I'll use this outside. So again, if my mom's gonna use this for like the kitchen to cut up chicken, or sometimes if you're like way too lazy to chop, this also chops like cilantro, because check this out. So I cut the penny out, look how it cuts the paper. So it cuts the paper great because it's actually not sharp to begin with, right? So it really can cut all different types of like fabrics, whatever, making hard snaps, whatever the case would be. So this is pretty cool. It actually comes with all of our sets, right? Which is the best part, which is thank God, because it's way too expensive individually, right? So check it out. Ready? So I want you to guess. How much do you think these scissors cost?
$50.
50. Did you not listen to like how good I talked about Cutco? Like this is like the best. I'm talking about like the best of the best.
75.
I mean, okay, think about it. American made. All our pots and pans are made in America too. Our flatware, our hunting stuff. We teamed up with K-Bar, which is the company that like makes like hunting knives, like the Rambo knives for like the U.S. Marine Corps and the Army. Like we're the best of the best. It's in the Smithsonian. The president gave it to a jerk Russian guy, but anyways, like 200. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer to the price, but we'll talk about that later. Okay. So now, are you ready to see the world's most expensive set of knives?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right. So here we go. These are the world's most expensive set of knives. What? Don't worry, that's not Cutco. Cutco looks a lot better. No, this is actually every other knife except for Cutco. These are considered the world's most expensive set of brands, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Consumer Digest ran an article like a while back, and they said that the average person in their lifespan spends about $2,000 on the low end on just kitchen cutlery, and that's just the knives. I'm not talking about our pots and pans. I'm not talking about flatware. I'm talking about just knives. I spend $2,000 on the low end to $4,000 on the high end, right? So you guys, Cuban, right? El barato sale más caro, as they say. Cheaper is always more expensive. Whatever language you speak, Jamaican, Asian, German, what is it called? Patois? Patois? No, that's Haitian. That's Haitian. Patois. Jamaican is patois, I think. But anyways, whatever language you speak, cheaper is always more expensive, right? Because most of these cheap products or these everyday brands that you get, they're actually made with the philosophy of planned obsolescence, which means that they're meant to break down on you, forcing you to buy them over and over and over again. So I'm not going to bore you to tears with this stuff, but understand, you will spend the money in your lifetime. So the question is not, are you going to spend the money? It's, are you going to own the world's finest set of cutlery? Okay, so just real quick about the bad ones. So if you have any stainless steel in your house, get rid of them. In my opinion, they're the biggest scam in the world. Because stainless steel is way too soft to the metal, so it dulls out way too quickly, and because it is way too soft, it's like very too malleable that like you can't really sharpen it perfectly. But the only good thing is that it doesn't rust. And then carbon steel, they use it for like axes and machetes because it's really sharp, but it rusts way too much. So unless you're gonna sand down your thing and like oil it and like take care of it, it's really not worth it. And wood, just get rid of all the wood in your house. It's absolutely disgusting. All over the United States, it's completely illegal to use wood in a professional kitchen. If you own a company that provides food to someone, a consumer, you cannot have wooden cutting boards, wooden spoons, or wooden handled knives because really just the bacteria that is held and stored in there. So so that being said, guys, really any of these cheaper stuff you really want to kind of throw out and want to start focusing on like the more expensive brands and the better brands that we have out there. Maybe the higher prices. So anyways, there's really two types of edges, which we'll talk about a little bit more, but we have straight edges and we have serrated edges, okay? So the straight edges, really a lot of people prefer because they give a way cleaner cut. However, they dull out way too quickly. So you know how like when you buy a set, even if it's like super cheap, it comes with like a little magical wand with it, right? That magical wand is a sharpening thing. You're supposed to like sharpen it and like hone it like almost before and after every single use. And which one of you guys has time to do that?
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, exactly. You're thinking like Harry Potter back there in the kitchen, right? So no, so that's definitely what they. So do you guys sharpen your knives at all? No, and you have knives that dull out all the time, right? How often do you guys like replace your knives, if I may ask?
2 years?
Every 2 years? Okay, cool. Because I have like really two types of people. I have people that replace them every 2 years, right? Because they get way too frustrated. Or I have like the hard-headed ones that like they have the same knife for like 20 years, right? It's like, it doesn't work, dude. Like, let go. Let it go. So cool. So you want to do that? So you see, as you can see, it probably gets a little expensive, and nowadays you're just like you're over it with knives. You probably abuse them because you know they're gonna break anyways. So you're gonna love Cutco because the question is not whether you're gonna spend the money or not. You will spend the money in your lifetime on knives. So it's not whether you're gonna spend the money or not. It's are you gonna own the world's finest set of cutlery? So are you ready to shake hands with the world's finest set of cutlery? Right? Are you ready, Mrs. Jones? You look so miserable. It's okay to smile, for real. I'll start over, right? If you're not ready, I'll start over. I'm doing a bad job. Okay, cool. So let's check out Cutco. So this is Cutco, all right? So Mrs. Jones, ready? Wait, who's the master chef again?
Oh, he was a master
Master
chef.
chef, ready? Sorry. There you go. So tell me, how does it feel in your hands?
It's comfortable.
Comfortable, cool, right? That's what people kind of like talk about more, right? The comfortability. So like I said, remember that guy Thomas Lamb, that fancy American designer that's in Smithsonian? Yeah, he designed the handle. He studied 700 pairs of hands to find the perfect ergonomic handle. You're not gonna remember what the hell that word means, but if you do know, great. But it just means hand perfect. So you see how like it fit perfectly in your hand, and how your thumb and your forefinger like match perfectly on that one. Yeah. So my mom has carpal tunnel. So every time like she used to cook before Cutco, she'd like cut. She'd be like, "Oh, Mario," she'd stop and like roll her hands, like, "Can you finish chopping that for me?" And she's like, she doesn't want to get surgery because she's a doctor and she needs to use her hands a lot. So now with Cutco, it's great because it fits perfectly. Because people don't know, but when you're actually cutting like this, let me see real quick. So when you're actually cutting like this and your fingers like up top, right, and you're like, you happen to be like that earthquake effect on the table and you're shaking everything and you're pushing down, you're putting too much pressure on your joints, so it can lead to like carpal tunnel and arthritis. So now with Cutco, pretty cool. Like you just pretty chill. So it's gonna be nice and it takes all the pressure off. It'll be nice and comfortable, right? Another thing, the handle, all right, is made out of thermal resin. Again, you're not gonna remember what the hell that means. Just remember bowling balls, football helmets, very similar material, right? So bowling balls really hard, hurts if you drop it on your toe type of thing. Cutco is very durable, really hard to break and crack. Think clean. There's no holes in it. You don't have to worry about it. See how there's no holes in this thing, right? It's just very clean. So it's not going to change colors, right? It's actually no bacteria. It's going to withstand temperatures up to 350 degrees, right? So if you leave it on top of the stove, it won't melt, right? Unless it's over 350. So that's really another cool thing. So actually, pretty much every knife out there you can stick in the dishwasher. We're probably the only knife you really truly can stick in the dishwasher, and it's perfectly fine. So ours is dishwasher safe, which is the best part. Because also, what's the worst thing to do after you've cooked a great meal?
Have to clean.
Have to clean after, right? That's
Yeah.
the worst. So you make your life easier. Again, after you're done with work so hard, just cut, right? Our stuff is, again, designed for like home. So you can see how it's kind of designed for like home chefs, right? Just easy to hold, not complicated. Done using it, it's gonna cut on one time. Just throw it in the dishwasher when you're done. Don't worry about having to wash it by hand. You're gonna ruin all your sponges if you do, because it's gonna cut and slice right through. Okay, and then the next thing is the steel, guys. The steel release made out of high carbon stainless steel. Again, you're not gonna remember what the hell that means. Just remember that it's really the highest grade of steel you can possibly use in the kitchen. It's got the best of both worlds from the cheap one, the stainless steel, and the carbon steel, right? So like carbon steel, right? It's not gonna dull out on you very far. It's very sharp, but like the stainless steel, it's gonna look pretty. It's not gonna rust. It's absolutely rust resistant. It does not rust. You may see a little rust stain years from now. That's not rust. It's like an outer rust that happens from like maybe after the water, if I'm not mistaken, water in Florida, or just leaving it like in a basic material, an acidic material, comes out with barkeeper's tool. Literally, I've had so many customers like Stephanie, her sister. She's had Cutco for like 10 years, right? And I went over the other day, and she was like, "Mario, it rusts. Like they told me it wouldn't rust." I was like, "That's not rust. That's like a surface rust that comes off in 2 seconds." She was like, she's like, "Nah, I've rubbed it, whatever." I'm like, "Well, do you have like barkeeper's tool?" And she's like, "Yeah." So like, I was like, "Cool, pull it out." She's like, I'll make you a deal. She's like, "What's the deal?" Right? If I can take the rust off, you got to buy another $2,000, right? And if I don't get it off, I'll give you $1,000 for free. She's like, "Deal." That actually didn't happen. I wish it did. She said hell no. But anyways, she would have lost though. That's for sure. All right. She still ended up buying another $1,000 more. Because she had it for like 15 years. And once you've had it for like 15 years, you're kind of like sold on it, like you swear by it. So she ended up buying another $1,000 more. I helped her like upgrade her stuff. So I took it off. I put barkeeper's friend, literally just got like a wet towel, like little door. What are they called? I don't know.
Paper towel.
I'm a guy. My mom doesn't let me go in the kitchen. Yeah, the hand towel thing, whatever. All right. Thank you, daughter of right, guys? Mr. Jones. But yeah, so I just put it on, wet it, came right off. She was like amazed. I was like, you see, you know, what's up? You know, so anyways, so it doesn't rust. So that's the best part about it. Now, really, the last thing is the blade. So let's talk about the blade real quick. So how often? Let me pull out the cutting board. So do me a favor. While I'm pulling up the cutting board and putting up this, you're gonna do this part, Adolfo, right, Mr. Jones, because you're the master chef, right? So go ahead, do me a favor. Go to your drawer and pull out your favorite straight edge, serrated edge, and steak knife. All right, cool. Whatever. Cutting board, rope. Okay, ready? So here you go. We're gonna go with the serrated one first, all right? So how often do you and your family eat rope? I may ask.
Not normally.
Not normally. Oh, trust me, with barbecue sauce and hot sauce. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry. Anyways, right. Where? So, anyways, sorry. People just say the weirdest things sometimes when I say that. Anyways,
Oh wow.
we're gonna do this. We're gonna start with your serrated one. All right. So hold your serrated one. Right. You push down. Put all the way to the back. Press down. Right. Now, don't pull yet. Right. What you're gonna do is you just straight on. You're gonna push down. You're gonna be full strokes, front, back, front, back, front. Do it. Please do it front to back because I want an even comparison. Right. So now this test is obviously not to show you how sharp my knives are. Obviously, my knife is going to be sharper than yours, right? Who shows up to a sales presentation with a dull knife, right? But it's to show you how the different types of edges really cut. So let me show you how the serrated one cuts. So go serrated. All right, cool. So how did that feel?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, kind of normal for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what you're used for. Yeah, but do you feel that like friction that was like, it was kind of like stopping a little bit here and there? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happens from the teeth. Because actually, the way that serrated knives work really is that, let me draw this for you. You have these teeth in whatever way they got. So it's actually the cutting board that dulls out the knife, not the food you're cutting, right? So every time you drag any knife on the cutting board, it's starting to dull out and it fades away. So let's say when you drag the straight edge, right? It's the teeth of the sharp part. Once you start dragging on the cutting board, it starts dulling out. So you can see how it gets pretty flat. So now it's not even cutting anymore. It's just ripping and tearing everything apart. Which some people, if they have a serrated knife, they'll have it for years because no matter how dull it gets, if you put enough pressure, it'll always cut. It's just a hassle. A lot of accidents happen because the harder you're pushing, you might slip and cut yourself. So that's the serrated one. So let's try the straight edge real quick. So let's try the straight edge. Ready? So again, press down, hard, right? Even strokes, go. Come on, Mrs. Jones. You're the man of the house, all right? Show me some muscles, man. I promise you this would be the only workout you need today, all right? Okay,
I don't think it's gonna cut.
Awesome, we got it, though. We got it, all right? So, cool. So, what was the difference, right? It was but you notice how clean it was? Way cleaner than the straight, just took a lot longer. Because remember, the way the straight edges work is that they give a nice, clean cut, right? They just kind of dull out very quickly when you rub it against the cutting board. So that's why it comes with the magical wand. You're supposed to sharpen it before and after to keep it sharp. So most knives actually have something called a saber grind, right? Which kind of looks like a saber-tooth tiger. Imagine that. Because every time you drag it on the cutting board, it's going to flatten out there. And as you can see, as time goes on, it's getting like way too flat. So you're supposed to have that wand to push all this steel down. The problem is, as time goes on, you're not sharpening it, it gets too flat to the point that you can never get that perfect professional sharpness again, right? So Cutco's a little different. We'll get to that in a little bit. So check out, let's try Cutco. Ready? So here's Cutco. Press the rub. Ready? 1, 2, go. Whoa. One cut, huh? You working out, Mr. Jones? All right? No. Don't worry. My 12-year-old brother cuts in one time, too. So, all right. So anyways, so what was the difference? One cut and very clean, just like the straight edge. That's because Cutco is actually not serrated. Right? Check it out. Check it. See it? Mrs. Jones, check it out. Don't be so bored. Interact with me. All right? Okay. So you see how you see the teeth, right? But you see those 3 razor sharp edges? And let me show you in the picture here too. Ready? You see these 3 razor sharp edges? That's actually the parts that cutting. Let me show you. Check this. Ready? So if I go very softly, don't try this at home, please. Right? Like this, it doesn't cut me. If I press down pretty hard, you see it doesn't really cut me. And if I go very soft, I mean very softly against the teeth, It doesn't cut me either because the teeth are not the sharp part. The sharp part are those 3 razor sharp edges in between. So all the teeth is really doing, as you can see when I lay here on the cutting board, is just protecting the blade from hitting the cutting board. So the only part that's cutting is, again, the 1, 2, 3.
So how long does that take to?
To dull out, on average, depending on how you use it, if you use it correctly, 10, 15, 20 years. My aunt had Cutco for 30 years and never once sharpened Cutco. I mean, it's like the extreme case because she didn't let anyone use it, right? Which is actually a really cool story, which is really cool that you brought it up because she bought Cutco, now it's 32 years ago. But when I first started 30 years ago, she bought Cutco 32 years ago when she was 22 years old. She had just gotten married, right? Broke as hell, right? You know.
She bought it then, huh?
Yeah, she bought it then. She didn't get the whole set, but she got like the majority of like the set back then.
Mhm.
And it was cool because when I went to go see my cousin, who my cousin is now 32, right? But she was 30 when I went to go see my cousin 2 years ago. And she actually, when I got there and I went out, she's like, "Oh my God, I know those knives." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "My mom, I grew up with these knives. My mom has had these knives for over 30 years. My mom doesn't know where to buy them. She's been looking for 30 years and where to find them. She doesn't remember the name." I'm like, "It says the name on it." My aunt's not the smartest, right? But anyways, so it's pretty cool. So actually, my cousin, who's 30 at the time, just recently married, had her firstborn. She just bought Cutco as well. So she's a makeup artist. She does like makeup stuff. I think she's now working for a bank, and her husband's like a car dealer, car salesman. Anyway, so Dave now had Cutco for 2 years, and she loves it. She always calls me though, like yelling at me or bitching at me because she's like, "Mario, the steak knives,
Oh, you want
they keep cutting through the paper plates. They've destroyed all my child's like little toy Dora plates." So check that. So you see how they like these 3 little edges? You see how, remember, so it cuts back and forth, but it actually cuts down, right? Which we'll get into in a little bit. I'll show you. That's gonna be really cool. You'll love it, right? So if you're ever gonna use our steak knives, right, which come in the set, thank God, on your food, right, on a paper plate, don't go back and forth because you're gonna cut through the paper. Oh my God, I had this customer of mine. They had like a little kids party, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just give them the table knives. We have steak knives and table knives."
So
So,
you want the Cutco.
yeah, they give them the table
Oh,
knives,
no.
right, which look very innocent because they're like rounded, they're like very small, right? So most of my customers get like the steak knives, right, but they get the table knives made for like the kids and stuff. But the steak knives for themselves entertaining because they're like steak knives. So they give the table knives to the kids, and the kids are there. You know how kids are. They're super like.
Yeah.
So they're like
Yeah.
they're cutting away and it's going through the plate. So when they took off the plates and they took off like the wrapping, that little cheap plastic thing that you put on the table, there were cuts all over the wooden table. So don't pull that mistake. Don't give the kids
Better
Cutco, right? They're really sharp. So that's Cutco. So the average, my aunt had them for 30 years, never got sharpened. When I went to go see her, I was actually the first time in 30 years she got sharpened, and they still cut really well. But for the average person, 10, 15 years. So don't get your hopes up for 30 years. But if you really take care of them, they can last a really long time. Okay? So that's all the boring stuff for now, right? So pretty much, this is an article that I have here that I printed out from USA People Magazine, right? Or USA Money Magazine. They actually made an article. It's the 5 things worth the splurge. It's worth for you to spend more money on, all right? So the first thing is interior paint. It's important to spend more money on interior paint. Estate planning, that's a good thing to spend extra money on. It's going to benefit you in the long term. A mattress, just think about it why don't you let your kids jump into bed? Do you really care if they, crack their head open, or are they going to destroy your mattress? That was like $3,000, right? So it's worth spending the mattress extra money. And then number 5 is running shoes. My grandfather always says, if you take care of your feet will take care of you. And really number 4 is just like the kitchen knives. My grandfather, by the way, has had the same shoes for like 30 years. Like those New Balance, those really ugly New Balances that old people wear.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like 88 and he's been wearing it since I know. I'm pretty sure they're the same ones. So anyways, and then you have the number 4 is kitchen knives. It's important to spend the extra money. Good knives cost a lot of money. So if you guys who are used to buying the cheap stuff, you guys see knives being $10, $20, but it's worth spending the money on like the $100, $200 individual pieces, like those $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 sets, right? Now the best part about Cutco is actually not how sharp it is, right? The best part about Cutco is actually our guarantee, right? We have something called our forever guarantee. Yeah, no, forever guarantee, and it literally means forever. This is actually why Stephanie's had Cutco for over 10 years. Pretty sure 15 years now. This is why Ilana had them for over 20 years.
I thought it was because they stayed sharp that long or something.
They stayed sharp that long, but what happens if someone came and accidentally broke it? Will you throw it away? Right,
so-
exactly. What if you know, you destroy the flatware that they have? You know, what if the flatware, they start missing too many pieces or some of them broke? What do you do? Throw all the flatware and have to buy new flatware chest? No, the reason why they get it actually, and why they've had it for so long, is that Cutco actually has a forever guarantee. Not only does it last a very long time, but it has a forever guarantee. We're pretty much free sharpening, free everything, which I'll dive into now, forever. This doesn't mean lifetime. This isn't, because you know what lifetime means?
Lifetime. I mean, you're like,
That's what most people think, but it's actually the lifetime of the product, right? Ooh, little trick there, right? So especially for kitchen stuff, the lifetime of the product is 7 to 10 years, right? So, which is not too long enough. So actually, since we have a forever guarantee, you don't need a receipt. There's only one distributor, Cutco, Vector Marketing. So you don't need a receipt of proof of purchase. So you can technically walk over to Stephanie's house, steal her set, right? Go over to Lana's house, steal her flatware, right, in the middle of the night type of thing. Send it to the factory, get it refurbished for free. And they don't need any proof. You can pretend it's your own forever, right? And then you can pass it down to your kids forever. So we have a forever guarantee like that. Check this out. I have this testimony, right?
Just buy your knives.
This is actually the customer of mine that has had Cutco the absolute longest. It's my customer. It's called Louis and Jeanette George, right? They're actually like in their late 80s. Like I think they're almost 90 now. But check this out. Ready? I highlighted a few things. They said we are the owners of your product since 1955. Right? They had Cutco since 1955, right? And we cannot say enough of the knives that we have used every day. When I went over, they had actually the old models of Cutco, like from 1955, the ones that were not dishwasher safe back then. They were like out of Bakelite, right? Different material, but it was awesome that they had the same ones and they used it every day, right? And he said, anyways, I spoke to Maris about this. That's me, right? And he asked whatever. We were impressed by his prompt service. I'm kind of an awesome knife guy, you know. And anyways, he is an asset to your organization. Kind of a baller. But anyways, the part I like the most of this part, are you ready? I was at one time a salesman of Cutco cutlery in 1953. How cool is that? He sold Cutco back then. Back when it was door to door, in like in 1953 Pennsylvania. That was pretty cool. So they lived in Pennsylvania, and now they live like in Aventura here. You know, so that's pretty cool. So you can see people have had it for like ever. Anyway, so let me walk you through the guarantee. Right, the first part is the forever guarantee, the forever performance guarantee, which pretty much means that if anything happens to it, it breaks, whatever the case may be. Like let's say one day you go out of town and your son, I know he's like 5 years old now, but I'm telling you, in 13 years, be careful, right? He's 18, you go out of town, he throws like a huge monster party, right? Because I'm sure you guys were the same way when you were younger, right? Right, anyways, and they throw a huge party and you come home and you find like your Cutco outside in pieces because the lawn mowing company came and like shattered it or whatever. Instead of killing your son with those pieces individually, put them in a box and like send them to the factory, they'll fix it absolutely free, no questions asked. Okay. The next part's a forever sharpness guarantee, right? This is actually why Cutco's the most important part, most expensive part, is because when you buy Cutco, not only do you buy Cutco, but you get to buy means as well, right? I'm kind of like your own personal knife guy where I come over and sharpen your stuff. You have my number. Actually, save my number right now. This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be your knife guy. Save it real quick. But Mario saw this handsome Cutco guy, right? Yeah, that way you'll never forget me, right? Anyways, you're gonna get my emails in 2 weeks. You're gonna call from me. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, how's it? You're gonna be like, oh my god, hi Mario. I'm gonna be like, how do you love your stuff? All my customers always go, oh Mario, I should have bought more. You're so right. So once we get over that conversation, I'm gonna be like, how's everything? And a month from now, I'm gonna call you. How's everything? Do you still have all your 10 fingers? Going on. I tell all my customers, you're not part of the true Cutco family until you've cut yourself, right? And then you have to send me a picture as proof. Right, so I got a bunch of pictures of people with cuts. So, anyways, you got free shopping not just from me, but from the company as well. Because what if I disappear tomorrow and you never hear from me again? You can usually go on Cutco.com. You can get a shipping label and send it out to the company, or you just call the Cutco office, the local, and they'll send someone over your way. Okay. So, anyways, the third part's a misuse or abuse policy. This one is kind of don't abuse it. Like, don't go out there and like be throwing it as a throwing knife on the tree. Right, or cut a fence with it or a tree with it, because if you break it like that and you abuse it, you're going to have to pay half the retail price. The cool thing is the company will pay for the other half, right? So this is what I tell my customers. If for whatever reason it is abused, right, deny. If the company asks you what happened, well, I don't know, I just dropped it and it fell. So do that, right? Well, now, anyways, and then the last part is the 15-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Right, which is the best part. It's pretty much the 100% refundable safety deposit, which pretty much means as opposed to, right now, I know Christmas just came up. right? A lot of people spend a lot of money on gifts, and then early taxes are coming up, right? So money's a little sharp, a little change right now. Now, obviously, people don't have $5,000-$10,000 lying around for like me to come around and change their whole kitchen, change all their pots and pans and flatware and sets of knives, right? So people obviously don't have that money, right? So what the company lets them do is actually put down a fifth of the price. It's like real small. So just try it out for a whole month. You have a whole month, right? If you don't like it, send it back at a full refund on that, that fifth that you put down. No one ever returns it, so you're gonna love it. So I tell people, whether you're Donald Trump or you live under a bridge, always do the payments because it's interest free, right? And it's not like if you pay in full, you get less off, taking off more of a discount. It's just easier in the wallet, right? And plus, the more you get today, the more savings you get. So that's like the best part about Cutco, in my opinion. So other than that, really, now that we're done with the boring part, are you ready for the fun part? Are you ready to start shopping?
Let's do it.
All right, let's start shopping. Cool. So before we start, I'm gonna show you everything Cutco has in the kitchen. This is our Cutco kitchen. This is what all my customers kind of aim for. Either I have 3 types of customers. I have the customers that, they're like, I can swing the payments. I'm gonna get the whole entire kitchen. All right, and they get the whole entire kitchen. They get the biggest discount, and that's it. They're done. They don't ever have to worry about their kitchen again. Next time I come, it's just to sharpen their knives, drink whiskey, drink wine, bring presents, whatever the case may be. Then I have some customers who probably start with a few packages, where they'll probably get the pots and pans and like the flatware. Like for example, Alana has our complete set right here, and then she has her flatware. And next time I come, she wants to get the pots and pans. And Stephanie actually has only a set right now, right? But whereas Kathy, when I went over, she got the set, the medium set, and she actually went ahead and got some of the pots and pans too. And she wants the flatware for later on. So what I like to do right now is very simple. I'm gonna do Caro and Adolfo's happy kitchen list. Happy face, right? Anything that Adolfo and Caro wants in their kitchen for the rest of their life, forever, to be perfect, right? We're gonna put on this list. Don't worry about price now. Price is not like a factor at all. Anything that you want, right, for a gift for yourself, whatever, we're gonna throw down this list, right? And then at the end of the presentation, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna show you what it would normally cost, and I'm gonna put the most ridiculous deal, right? The most ridiculous deal that's going to be almost impossible for you to say no to, right? And then when you say yes to that, we put the payment down, right? If for whatever reason you can't swing the payment, we're just going to drop down and get something that you can afford today. What payments you can afford today. Cool? Awesome. So let's start off and let's find your perfect set. So we really have 3 types of sets. We have the small set, which this was the one that Stephanie actually originally had, but I helped her upgrade it because she realized it's way too little. It's for people who absolutely don't cook. Most of my customers end up actually getting it for their kids who are in college and have their own apartment now or their own dorm now, right? The most popular set we have is the complete set, right? The complete set, the best bang for the buck, the best value. It's got everything you need in the kitchen, right? And how many steak knives do you guys have in the drawer, by the way?
Like
10 or 12.
10 or 12, cool. This one comes with 12, right? And it comes with 3 cutting boards, right? It comes with a sharpener for the straight edges. It comes with the scissors that you love, right? And it comes with a free engraving plate, right? Where you can actually put a plate right here. So yeah, like I said, I have a lot of customers that put crazy things. I have customers that put engraved, and we said we weren't going to buy anything. I've had customers put, and I don't even cook, right? I've had people put, it's very simple, especially handcrafted for the Jones family. Or they'll put, Garo's kitchen. A lot of people like to go fun with it. It's like a brass plate or a silver plate you can add right there, right? So that's really cool. People like that one because you get that free engraving plate. So it's a great thing when you're entertaining. It's like something cool to talk about. Your friends come in, they're like, whoa, that's really cool. I can't get it word for word, but I think I heard that someone's customer put, you break it, I kill you with this, right? Something like that. I'm pretty sure I heard that, right? Because, once you get these knives, you really want to take care of them. They are the best. Actually, we have another set in between, which I call our basic set. It's really the medium set. It just take away some the specialty knives, right? And it's only 10 steak knives. But it does still come with the scissors and the table. So the cutting boards. So let me show you what comes in our more basic set, the medium set. So this is it right here. So very simple, cool. So check it out. This is really simple, right? A lot of people, I'm gonna break a lot of habits for you guys, okay? When you buy Cutco, I want you to forget everything you know about knives. There's only 2 rules about using knives when you have Cutco. The first rule is what type of edge do they have, right? And then how long they are. Okay, so when you grab a knife without edge, so there's 2 types of edges that we have. We have the double D edge, and I swear to you, if next time I come, right, and you call it a serrated knife, I will walk out. All right, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. It is not serrated. It is double D edge. And then number 2 is a straight edge. Okay, so double D edge. Think about it. Remember, straight edges dull out way too quickly when you drag them on the cutting board, right? So straight edges are only going to be for like up and down motions. Okay, so chopping, filleting, right, things like that. And then the double D edge, that's going to be for dragging on the cutting board. Anything you want to drag on the cutting board, remember the teeth protect it from dulling out. So anything you drag on the cutting board, double D edge. Okay, so pop quiz, Garo, right? Ready? When you have a double D edge, what's it for? It's for
It's dragging.
dragging on the cutting board, all right? And Adolfo, straight edges are for
Chopping.
up and down
Up
motions,
and down,
right? Up and
yeah.
down motions, cool. So ready? Or filleting or something, right? So very simple. So cool. So let's check it out. So you see, check out this. I have this in my set. I have the trimmer. So this is the trimmer, right? You see it's double D edge. So what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna drag it, right? But what do you cut, right? What do you drag, right? So the second rule is whatever the length of the blade, right? You want to make sure it's 1 to 2 inches larger than what you're cutting. So you see how tomato would fit perfectly on this, right? So very simple, all right? So yeah, tomato fits perfectly. But you see how this trimmer will probably be a little bit too small for like a chicken breast, right? And how, so that's why you have the petite carver. Check out the petite carver. See, this is the petite carver, right? See, it's a little bit longer, but it's probably too big for the tomato knife, right? For the tomato, because, you're going to have, it's just too big. You might cut yourself. And then you see, check out, then we have this one, the Hardy Slicer. Check out the Hardy Slicer. The Hardy Slicer is like the bad boy of the kitchen. Every kitchen needs a bad boy, and you can't keep me, right? So that's why we have the Hardy Slicer, right? Literally cuts all the hardy stuff, like malanga, yuca, pumpkin, squash, all those thick slabs of churrascos that are really hard to cut. Any frozen meats you want, right? The hardy ones. Because you see, it's like very thick and a good size. And then of course you have the master carving set, right? So now knowing that, that's very simple, because then this one's sort of like tomato, chicken, your chicken that you make. Bread, you're Cuban. This is God's gift to Cuba, the Cuban bread knife, right? Just bread knife. Also good for like ice cream cakes for the kids. The carving set, which is like the spare tire. How many tires do you have in your car?
4.
4, yeah, right? 5, the spare tire. Don't forget about the spare tire, right? This is the spare tire. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, okay? So that's the carving set, and then that's the hard defense. Now when you look at straight edges, simple. You have the butcher knife, which is good for like melons, just separating frozen bags of peas. It's the most traditional knife you have. The chopping knife. So you see how the chef knife has the tip goes up? It's because good rocking motion. So any like vegetables like peppers, onions, right? Good.
Yep.
Right. Santoku, see how the tip goes down? So it's not as good rocking motion. So that's for like garlic, cilantro, mushrooms. Very small, intricate stuff like that. You feel fancy, you like Japanese, like it's Japanese, Santoku, right? And the scissors, of course. And check out this. This is going to be your absolute favorite one. So this Christmas, this holiday, I'm telling you, you'll be the hit of like the whole entire holiday. Ready? Check this out. Check out our cheese knife. Ooh, right? I'm sure
Sexy.
right? I'm sure you know. How often do you guys cut the cheese? Right? Right? So I mean, cutting the cheese is often quite hard, right? There's not a lot of air in there. Right? So, anyways, what we did the reason why it's so hard to like cut cheese is the same reason why it's so hard to cut potatoes. This is also not just our cheese knife, but it's our potato knife, right? So you know how when you cut a potato, it doesn't matter what, even when you use Cutco, if you use like a trimmer or something and you go back on it, it's gonna get stuck, right? Just like in cheese, because there's no air in there. So like a lot of surface tension builds up, right? So the way to reduce all that surface tension, we actually, the double D edge that we have, we made it micro size, so it's like very small, so it's the sharpest knife we have. And B, the holes. What the hole does, it just releases air. So reduces all the surface tension, right? So it gives nice, even slices. So literally, I've made potato chips with my customer all the time. I had a customer who actually like fries and deep fries things. So she set it up. She's like, I don't believe you. And we made potato chips. It was really thin slices. The sweet potatoes, perfect. So next time you have a party, check it out, all right? So that's one thing. And then, so back to the steak knives. Remember talking about the steak knives and cutting stuff? You're going to love our steak knives. Check out our steak knives. These are not table, these are steak knives. Ready? Check this. Boom. I like these big steak knives. Pretty manly. Hold it, right? Pretty cool. Right, now check this out. Check this leather. Ready? I want you to cut it with your steak. Remember the steak knife you got? So cut it real quick. Okay, now use the steak knife. Whoa. Right, mom. Do it, mom. Right. Okay, now ready? Ooh. Alright, isn't that the best feeling in the world? It's like, you know? Yeah, right? It's like, wow, I kind of want to do it again. You know? So anyways, so check this out. So what I do, pause, I cut into like really itty bitty pieces. Not pieces, but like kind of like little small rectangles, right? Kind of like, you know, like this size. For those of you guys wondering, like kind of that size. And like I stack them up. So it's like a big stack. I'm like, all right, cool. So get your knife. And like, right, ready? Get your knife. I'm going to hold it. Now press down as hard as you can. Press down.
Oh wait, whoa, with my knife.
Yeah. It's not cutting, right? Right? Well, teamwork. You know, so you see how I didn't even cut through, right? So check out the steak knife. Ready? Go. Ready? 1, 2. Whoa. Right? It's straight down. So I'm telling you, when you use paper plates, Mrs. Jones, never ever drag. They're gonna cut through the paper plate and just like destroy whatever table you have under, right? So check out. But ready? This is a cool thing. So you see all these pieces we chopped in half. Why isn't the last one? Why didn't that one cut in half or cut through? Maybe is it broken? Is it dull? No. Remember the teeth? How protected it doesn't hit the cutting board, so it won't fall out. Cool science. All right. Anyways, Mrs. Jones, that's it. So that's 12. So that's like our basic one. So the complete one just comes with the rest. Check it out. So the complete set, just think the paring knife, little baby paper knife. We have a bigger one. So if you ever like peeling like you know, like mangoes or anything like that, it comes with a fillet knife. So you know when you fillet your chicken in half, right? Right? Or fish if you get fancy fish, but you fillet your chicken or fish in half before you put it in the skillet. We have a smaller bread knife so that, you know, during parties you're not passing on a giant samurai sword. You have like a small one for the smaller loaves of bread for the party. And then we have a cleaver. Check out this cleaver. If you have the cleaver. If you don't have it, just right. So check out that we have like a huge cleaver that's like right, and then we have just a bigger chopping knife. That's really different. And a boning knife, sorry, to trim the fats off meats. Do you ever trim the fats off your meats, right? Healthier, right? Cool. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much the complete set, right? And it has 12 steak knives. So, Mr. Jones, for the list right here, which one do you think would be perfect for you guys? The medium one or the complete one?
I like the complete.
Yeah. I think the medium one might be a little too small for the complete.
Okay, the complete one. Okay, great. So the complete. Let me put complete one on right here. Do you guys have like a second house? Or are you guys looking to buy gifts for anyone? Because right now we have like a 3-for-1. If you get 3 sets, you get the 4th one free. So again, it's really expensive, but if it's something like you have on your list, we can always take it out later. But if you know, ideally, you could pursue the payments.
I mean, yeah, we do have a cabin up in like North Carolina.
Okay.
But for that, I think we'd probably go for a smaller set.
Okay. So like maybe the medium one for that one.
Probably, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. We get the medium one for that one. That way you at least have the cheese knife when you're up there. Come on. When you guys are in your cabin alone, wine and cheese, all right? So the medium one, all right? So anyways, that's one thing. So obviously, time out, guys. I always put the steak knives. I never do table knives. Sorry. I hate table knives. They look ugly, A, and B. Steak knives are $300 more expensive, so it's more CPO. Anyways, so cool. That's one thing. All right, so let's talk about pots and we're going to skip the pots and pans, guys. It's way too long for pots and pans. Pretend I did pots and pans. Okay, cool. Anyway, so Mr. Joe, so this is I'm so excited to show you because this is actually one that Ilana got. Ilana has like our flatware. You're gonna love our flatware. In my opinion, it is the most exciting product that we have because it's on like crazy sale right now for the holidays, right? And it's beautiful because people spend $3,000 or $4,000, right, on flatware that they literally leave in their cabinets and like never touch, right? Oh my, I have flatware. Yeah, but like they never use it. Why don't they ever use it? Because when you have like your nice flatware, like what do you have? It tarnishes. You gotta polish it often. A, B, they're probably not that sharp, right? C, what if they break? You know, what if someone steals it or loses it? You know, because what happens when you lose a few pieces and you have to go back and buy a new or the few pieces? That,
like updated.
No, they discontinued the set. They discontinued the set, so you have to buy a brand new flatware. Right, so people spend $3,000 to $4,000 on flatware that they don't ever really touch, right? So let me show you Cutco's flatware. It's literally the most exciting thing because it's made out of 1810 stainless, right, steel, which looks exactly like silver, but it doesn't tarnish. So you can use it as much as possible, and it doesn't tarnish. Number 2, check this out, right? Let me lay it out for you. Right, look how pretty that is, ready? Now check this. Cut the leather. Ready? Just like I said. So not only are you gonna have a beautiful flatware setting, right? But it's gonna actually be effective as well. So it looks beautiful to see. It's got like a timeless diamond-shaped design that's like a classic design that's always gonna last. So not only are your guests gonna love the way it looks like silver but doesn't tarnish. The design is beautiful and classic. It'll be timeless. The design will never be out of style. right? But if you're like my dad doesn't care about beauty and fashion. He's like more of a function guy. As long as it works, that's what matters. He doesn't care about looks. So if you guys are like that, right? Obviously you just saw how it cuts. So not only is it gonna look good, right? But it's gonna cut well. So your customers are gonna love it, right? It's got excellent technology in it, guys. It's actually a crazy discount right now. It's dishwasher safe and it's forever guaranteed. So if you ever lose a couple pieces, everything actually breaks, or if it gets too scratched up, you can send it to the company. They'll fix it absolutely free, right? And not just that, but crap, I lost my thing of thinking. I was thinking about pie. I'm so hungry. Right?
You can send it back to the
Actually, so if you miss a few pieces, this is actually the same flatware we've always had since we first brought in the flatware. So a few years from now, if you're missing a few pieces, all you have to do is call the company and order the few that you're missing, like the few forks or spoons that you're missing. You don't have to buy a brand new set of flatware. So it's actually like really great. Anyways, so that's one thing. So anyways, how many people do you normally have over for Halloween, for Christmas, sorry?
Like 15. No, more than that.
15 people for Halloween,
Yeah.
including kids and adults too?
Oh, a lot more with kids.
Well, yeah, with kids,
Yeah.
probably more like 25, 30.
25, 30. Okay, cool. So every flatware chest that we have comes with 12 place settings. So for people who normally have about 30 guests over, I probably recommend 3 sets. So you have 36, maybe 4 sets just in case, right? So a lot of people like to do that. They're really expensive, right? Obviously. But they're so on discount right now that if you get them with the sets, right, it's $700 off. You know, so it's pretty cool. So anyways, so how many do you guys want to get? Do you just want to put 3 on the list? 4, 2?
How about 2?
2? Okay, cool. So we'll
Yeah,
put
2
2 on
for
the
now.
list. All right, cool. So we'll put 2 in the stainless flatware. You'll love it. Okay. And then cool. So let me show you some of the other stuff that we have here. So anyways, are you guys big ice cream people?
Oh yeah, Haagen-Dazs.
Oh my god, my dad loves ice cream. My dad was a little Hialeah boy back in the day, right? Like poor little, wrong side of Hialeah type of thing. And my mom, complete opposite. Like she was little princess, 16 years old, got the Rolex, the BMW, the fur coat. Anyways, so my dad growing up never really had ice cream. He had ice milk, which I don't know if you guys remember nice milk, right? But it's like fake ice cream, but he didn't know at the time. And like right now, so the first time my parents started like dating, my dad was like 20 years old. He's over at my grandmother's house, my mom's house at the time. My dad's eating like Haagen-Dazs ice cream. He's like, oh my God, what is this? And then my mom, and like my grandma was a snobby bitch, excuse my language, right? But she was like, it's ice cream. And I was like, no, but like, what is this? So like, it's Haagen-Dazs ice cream salad. Like, are you crazy? So my dad races home later. Anyways, he looks in the freezer and like he realizes that this whole life he hasn't been eating ice cream. He's been eating ice milk. So since then, we're huge ice cream people. And so for my dad for Father's Day and for his birthday, one of the 2, I forgot which one it was. It was a couple years back. I actually engraved it because you can engrave all your Coco products, all these little gifts on the sets you can engrave, right? Costs a little extra. But I actually engraved it. My dad's name is Mario Agustin Sabates, M-A-S, mas, like mas helado. I thought it was clever. So it's really cool because it melts the ice cream like right away. It's got a copper zinc in the core. So copper zinc is a heat absorber, so it absorbs the heat in the air in your hand. So it melts the ice cream right away, which is really freaking creepy the first time you do it because you're not used to it. Because you're used to putting like your ice cream like in the microwave or like putting your spoon in the hot water. Now this one, and it's forever guaranteed. And it's so it's got Kraton right handle, so it's like really cool, like squishy and comfortable. All right. So the peeler, check out the peeler. We're gonna fast forward. Check out the peeler. Check out the pizza cutter. Pizza school pops it up. Cuts pizza, not people. Check it. See, it doesn't cut me, right? But but it cuts pizza perfectly. You can pop it up in the dishwasher. Don't worry about that cheese knife. It's ugly. You have the nice one in the set that you wanted, right? Don't worry about the cutting boards, right? They come in the set, the complete set, in the medium set. It comes with small, medium, and large, right? It comes with a free sharpener too, so don't even look at that either, right? The garlic press, barbecue tools, right? How many? Are you gonna just big barbecue tool, right? So we're gonna fast forward. Right, so barbecue tools, 19 inches long enough to flip your neighbors, right? Rust resistant. Gardening tools are great. I guarded. Fishing knives, check out the fishing. Hunting, check it. Can opener, check out the can opener, magnet, blah. Anyway, so out of these things, which ones do you want to add to the list? Do you want to add the ice cream scooper to the list? And okay, cool, the ice cream scooper. What about the peeler? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we have the peeler, the pizza cutter too.
Yeah, I like the pizza.
Okay, cool, pizza. What about the barbecue tools?
I don't know.
Okay, do you think you maybe as a gift for someone? Are you thinking about getting a gift for the barbecue tool for someone, or?
Maybe later.
Maybe later? Okay. Well, do you want me to put on the list so you can probably save money on it for now?
Sure.
Cool, okay. Gardening, you guys garden? Know anyone that gardens? No? Okay, cool. Fishing, anyone you guys fish? Anyone big fish in your family? No? Okay, hunting. Right, how about your sons? Right, you guys worried about the zombie apocalypse? Great thing. I actually engraved it for my brothers, right? If the zombie apocalypse starts, we all have one of them, right? Oh, yes. Cool. Can opener? Yeah, have a can opener. Cool. Okay. Anyways, so awesome, perfect. So now that we have everything on the list, before I go into prices and compare prices and tell you everything, right? We're obviously going to have to sit down for that because it's going to be really expensive, right? But I think like you guys are going to love this deal I'm going to give you. So before I dive into that, do you remember the automatic sponsorship I was telling you about in the beginning?
Yep.
Yeah, this is like the most important part you can really help me out with. Really the most important part, already. The way sponsorship works, again, just in case you forgot, is I get paid for every presentation I do, but I can only go see people that I've personally recommended to. So what I'd love for you to do while I'm kind of calculating all this and cleaning up a bit is just to jot down 200 to 300 people you think might be nice enough to take a quick look.
No.
Okay. I'm just saying 20 to 30 is perfect. I'm not exactly looking for people who think I'm going to buy, just nice people just like you guys. Because the way the sponsorship works is that when I get 10 sponsors, 10 names, you become a sponsor. So most people, like you said, I remember, like I told you, give me 20 names, 30 names, 40 names, etc. 100 names makes you a 10-time sponsor. So anyways, here's pen, here's paper. Jot down as many as you can while I do this. So as they're doing that, guys, I'm kind of calculating this. For those of you guys who are new, call your manager, tell them what's on the list, etc. So as they're doing this, guys, this paper right here that I'm using, it's actually an order form. I pull out an order form. When I pull out the Happy Kitchen list, I want them to see how I pulled out an order form. Why?
So you're expecting.
Yeah, everyone always buys. So I'm just to save time, I'm gonna have this right here in your order form. So I can just turn it over and fill everything out. All right. So whenever they're done, they're writing their names, they're going at it, whatever. Hey, so who do you know that this? Who do you know that this? Actually, I don't even really do that yet, because I asked twice for recommendations, right? This is the first time. They normally write down 10, 15 people, whatever the case may be. I'm taking my damn time with this. Okay, so a complete set, let's say 2,600. Medium set is what nowadays? 1,900. So let's just say $2,000. 2 flower chests. I normally put another price. I put the price that it costs $1,800 because I do 12 place settings. Each place setting is about $140. Anyways, that's too complicated. So I'm just gonna put 3,600.
We're not going to do the closing. I just wanted them to see the demo just because of time. It's already
Okay,
done.
cool.
So we'll do closing next time. So you can put stop broadcast or debrief.
Cool. So anyways, guys, what I do is real quick. I'd still do page 9 and 10 perfectly. Like what I do is when I'm done with this, I'm like, okay, you guys ready for prices? They're like, cool, great. I'll sit there and be like, okay, so have you guys gotten the opportunity to check out fine cutlery prices and stuff? No, a lot of prices and quality available. I'm sure you can agree. I'll go through the whole spiel. All right. So anyways, that's pretty much it for that, man.
Do you do that, the 9 and 10, after you just told them the automatic sponsorship thing?
Yeah, after I did the automatic sponsorship, right? Again, it's a little bit different the way I do because I asked for sponsors twice. Because what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit there and do calculator and they're just staring at me. No, I'm just staring at me. Might as well get more numbers. So I asked them. So while they're doing that, I'm doing this. And as I'm doing this, once I have the prices, I'm like, okay, cool. So we'll finish this later, right? Let's put that aside for now. Right? Have you guys had the opportunity to check out the prices for like fancy kitchen knives? No, yeah, obviously no. Anyways, no. Most people don't. So a lot of people have had the opportunity to price fine cutlery, like anything else is a wide variety of price and quality. I'm sure you can agree. You can't break out a cheap set of brands, right? Yes, that's why I have this price comparison. I pulled the price comparison, right? This is called Woodstock and Shoot. Heard about it? 3,325, 4,807, right? Twice 5,000, 5,000, right? Cool thing. Let me show you everything you wanted again, guys. So the base set cover should be 5,000 for everything you want today, whatever. The cool thing is everything you want today is actually only gonna be $9,000, which will only be about $2,000 today, right? And anyways, so do you want to go ahead and do that? But the cool thing is, normally it's discounted because it's special, so it's actually only coming out to be like $7,000 today, which will only be about $1,500 today, right? So do you want to go ahead and try that option? Cool. What if they say no? Right? They say no to $7,000. 9 times out of 10, they're probably gonna say no, right? But they go, oh, what about just the complete set now? Okay, well, if you get the complete set and the flower, because I want to at least get you 1 flatware chest, it'll actually be $4,200, and I'll give you all the free gadgets, right? And you can actually get a discount, right, for $3,800. It'll be $3,800 normally, and it's only gonna be $600 today. They were at first they got $1,500 today. Now they got $600 today. They're like, I can do $600. So different. That's how I do it. Cool. Congratulations. Just like, boom. High five. So let's go back to the numbers. Let's talk about recommendations. So let's do it. So I guess I'll pause this.